Are you gonna bring her in?
She's gonna request.
Hello. Hey everyone. Welcome to Goddess Gang Live. I'm your host, if you will, Jennifer McKay Newton, founder of Define Me. Today we have a very special, actually amazingly special guest. Her name is Sia Shells. She is a mermaid extraordinaire, and we absolutely are super fans of hers here at Define Me Fragrance, and I'm going to go ahead and let her in. Here she comes. Be ready. Sia. I think I'll let somebody else in. How do I do that? How do I do that? Somebody. Okay. Sorry, guys. We're just having a little technical. Oh, no requests. There we go. Here she is. Okay, so we're waiting on Sia to join us any moment. Sia Shells, at Sia Shells. Hopefully she's joining us soon. I'm Jennifer. Welcome to Goddess Gang Live. This is our second one actually, and it was so much fun. We decided to do it another time. And we're just waiting for Sia to join us. Hope she comes in soon. I see her in the list, but Sia is unable to join for some reason. Wonder why. Sia, we need you. Your fans are here. Should I add her in maybe?
Yeah, maybe try inviting her again.
I'm going to try inviting her again. I'm going to add her. There she is. I hear her coming. Yay! There you are. We figured it out. Hi. Welcome.
Hi.
Welcome to
Shalom.
Goddess Gang Live. This is Sia Shells, at Sia Shells.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. I mean, of course. You're like one of our favorite people, mermaids. You're not people, you're a mermaid. Woohoo. I wanted to we're so new at this, so we're just all kind of figuring it out. But what I love to do is talk a little bit about like how we met you and how we got to know you. And I remember we were launching our Aerial fragrance in 2019, and we were looking for different, people that could talk about, that might like it, might want to use it. And you came across our Instagram, and the team and I, we just fell in love with you. We thought you were so incredible. We were like, oh, she's dresses like a mermaid. She's a mermaid. She lives as a mermaid. This is just so cool. But not only that, is once we started working with you, we were like, oh, she's so professional and together and organized. And so it was just I know, it was we're amazed by you. It was such a privilege to work with you. So I'm so glad over 2 years later, we're still hanging out and doing stuff together. So I wanted to ask you a few questions, but before, I want to mention that everyone watching now, we're going to be giving you a special code that is going to be about Sia. I'm going to tell you in a bit. And you just text this number. I'm going to give it to you in a minute. And then you text your name, and you're going to get 15% off of everything on our website. as well as we have another special surprise. So stay tuned. But first, I want to ask you a few questions if you're ready for
Yeah,
my
for
questions.
sure.
Okay. So I wanted to know, like, what is your why? Why, becoming a real life mermaid, and what inspired you to do that?
Oh gosh. So I feel like I've been a mermaid my entire life, which is so weird to say. Like, I think for me, just like the pivotal moment was just watching The Little Mermaid. When I was a kid, like I grew up with Ariel. So for me, that was like a huge moment for me because it made me realize that, I wanted to do that. And at the time, obviously, swimmable mermaid tails and like the profession of a professional mermaid was not a thing. So, over time, I tried to integrate that into my life in different ways. Like, obviously, I knew that, taking swimming classes, I was even a lifeguard at some point. Just being near the water made me super happy. So I tried to do different things to kind of try to get as close as I could to the mermaid life. And obviously, like, I had tons of aerial things. My whole room was like decked out to be like ocean related. I remember even my parents made me like this like wave kind of pattern to go like over my bed. It was super cool.
Oh, nice.
And just, yeah, I just always felt a connection to the ocean and to water. And when swimmable mermaid tails came out, which was like, I don't know, a few years ago now, like it's crazy to think that they've been around for a while now. I was just like, oh my God, yes, this is the missing piece of the puzzle that I needed to become a full-on mermaid. And now,
Aw.
I do that. So I think it's totally magical.
It is so magical. And there was something that we were talking about before the other day when we were chatting, and you were talking about like how empowered and powerful mermaids are. So there was a little bit of that in there for you, like with the sirens and like kind of, if you could speak on that just a little bit.
Yeah. So like when I first watched The Little Mermaid, like Ariel was such a rebel to me. And I really
Yes.
could relate to that because I felt like I never really fit in. Like even in school, like I was just kind of like the outcast. I didn't really fit in. And so I could really relate to that. And I think a lot of people relate to that too, is like they don't really like fit in and then they kind of just find their own thing. And like for me, my own thing was like mermaiding. And it's so great because like even like when you go back all the way to like the Odyssey and like mythology and stuff like that, like
Hmm.
mermaids have such a like power to them, like where they literally like protect the ocean and they don't take anything from anyone. It's just like a very powerful like persona to really be part of. So I just felt like that was perfect for me, and it just like clicked. It really did. It's like everything made sense in that moment. And like I said, when mermaid tails became swimmable, I made a profession out of it, and now I get paid to go to events and be a mermaid. I am the
It's
closest
amazing.
thing that a real mermaid is, like
You, you
realistically.
absolutely are. We completely agree with that. Okay. I wanted to ask because, you have fully embraced being a mermaid, as you said. And then so I wanted to ask, I thought you were the perfect person for this question. So, what advice would you give to others to fully embrace their own creative spirit? Because what you do is so incredibly creative. Like literally everything you do is creative. And so you're really living, if you will, your creative spirit, your creative truth. And so, what advice would you give to others that are kind of like wanting to do something, but maybe a little timid or not shy or confident enough? What would you say to them?
I would say like we have magic within all of us, and you just have to believe in yourself. Like, don't listen to the haters. I see some in this chat, by the way. Don't
Yeah.
listen to the haters, because like ultimately, like it's about you and living your best life, living your best magic life. So, if I were to listen to every single like person on the internet or just like in high
Hmm.
school, I wouldn't be where I am today. And I didn't let that affect me. In fact, I actually think it made me stronger as a person. So, you know, it's just like I like to say that it made my scales thicker
Ah.
as a person. So, and as a mermaid. So I think like find your own voice, find your tribe, and find what makes you happy, and then everything else will make sense.
And yeah, and exactly there's always going to be those haters, but they're not the ones with like 50,000 Instagram accounts and making music and having a, you know, a 250,000 TikTok, you know what I mean? Like because you're living your authentic creative self have all of these good things have come your way. Like, cause you're focused on, you know, putting something good out into the world instead of something negative. And I really believe when you really, really focus on putting something good out to the world, it comes back to you. If you put negative out, it comes back to you too. So
Exactly, 100%. It's like whatever you put out in the world comes back to you. So like
yeah,
you might as well live your best life. It's
don't
like
put
you
out
only have
hate because
one.
exactly, you put out hate, you're going to get hate. So speaking of like creative spirit, I touch upon this a little bit, but also you are a singer and you create your own music. Can you tell us a little bit about that and where people can listen to you, find your
Yeah, for
music?
sure. So yeah, I do a lot of different things. I do music. So I have a song that I came out with not too long ago that was called Magic Girl, and it's
I
all
love
about
it. That's my
believing
favorite.
in yourself
I love
and
it.
really making
Hmm.
magic happen. Because I really do
Exactly.
believe that magic is everywhere. It's all around us. We just have to look for it. And then once you look for it, it's like, oh my God, this all makes sense.
A
So
hundred
yeah,
percent.
I'm on Spotify. I have like music videos on YouTube. You know, I've done stuff with like documentaries before. If you want to check out a bit more about my life, I've been on Vice, and I've also been on Truly Hooked on the Look. So those are some documentaries I've done that kind of just like take you into my home and like show you all the things. But I mean, like I also, you know, do my mermaid stuff, and I love doing it, like photography. Um, all of the photos you guys see on my Instagram are my edits. Like I love editing and just adding like magical things into the
Like
photos.
the parrot
Yeah,
the other
like
day,
the
I was like, oh
parrot.
man,
Yeah.
that's so cool.
And
Your hand was like,
I know it's not like a realistic thing, but like it's just like it's kind of
yeah,
like the whole magic thing is like, do you
yeah,
believe it could be real? Okay, then it is real. Like, you know.
exactly. I love that. And the other thing too is, you know, I talked about this a little bit earlier, how working with you, you're so professional, which as a brand we really loved. And you are also an entrepreneur and you have your own brand called Seabay. If you want to speak on that a little bit and tell people
Yeah,
about your product.
for sure. So part of being a mermaid is really caring about our oceans. And
Mhm.
unfortunately, like obviously with plastic pollution is a huge issue. Like, you know, I take it very seriously. Like I'm a huge advocate on ocean conservation and marine life conservation. I've volunteered before and I do it actively. And then Seabay for me was like a aha moment where I was kind of just like as a makeup artist and a performer, I was using so many disposable makeup wipes and they were just like going into the trash. And I was like, this, like, where does this end up? Like, I'm not really sure. So I did research into it and I found out that it actually ends up in our oceans and they're really bad for marine life,
Yeah.
especially turtles.
Oh,
Turtles actually ingest them and asphyxiate from them and they
oh,
can die. Yeah. And it's really,
oh,
really
wow.
sad. Yeah,
Oh,
it's terrible. So, you know, I wanted to be part of the solution. I didn't want to be part of the problem contributing
right.
to this. And so what I did is I came out with my sea bay wipes, which are reusable seashell wipes. They're seashell shaped
Mm.
and they're in my
Oh my God,
signature
that's
blue
so cute.
color.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love
Um,
that.
and we came out with like face ones, which are like the size of your hand that you just like put on your face like that and just take off the day. And we also have like tiny little ones that are like eye rounds that people use
Hmm.
like instead of cotton rounds.
I love that.
Um, yeah, and they're biodegradable, which was really important to me. Like a lot of
Hmm.
reusable wipes on the market today are still not biodegradable. So, you know, this was like a very important thing to me. So I made sure that I was ticking all the boxes. And of course, every time you buy a product from my website, and I sell also like face masks, like if you want like like to protect yourself, I have like mermaid scale face masks, which are really popular. We were sold out of them for so long, and now we're restocking them, so it's very exciting.
Good for you.
And
That is
yeah,
exciting.
and all of the products give $1 back to Sea Turtles, which is
Oh,
a
yay. I love
nonprofit
that.
conservation that helps turtles, endangered baby sea turtles. So,
And
um,
all of this is so impressive. Like as a brand founder myself, like everything you're doing, it's not easy, you know. I mean, you have to research and you have to like you're not just going, you know, to a manufacturer. You're like, you know, getting these special things you're doing is hard work and it's a lot of effort. So I think it's really, you know, admirable. So
oh,
congratulations
yay.
on that.
Yeah, I mean, to date, we've saved almost 8,000 baby sea turtles. So it's
Oh my
just like
gosh,
such a
that's
cool
amazing.
feeling. Yeah.
Aw, that is, I love that. So I wanted to ask a little bit about, I know that, of course, I mean, we, you know, have the Ariel fragrance, and I know it's your favorite. And I thought, who better to, you know, describe and talk about the Ariel fragrance? I know that you did a review for us, and I thought it was so, you know, well thought and articulated. And I wanted you to just like talk about it a little bit and tell people like what your, you know, your experiences with it, the notes that you find in it, and what your thoughts are on the Ariel fragrance.
So for me, like the Ariel fragrance literally reminds me of going to the beach, which is like my favorite place on the planet. I don't know if
Oh,
you guys like the beach and love the beach as much as I do. It just like deeply like resonates with me. It just has like this coconutty smell to it, but it's also like musky, which I really
hmm
like because like I'm not a huge fan of super sweet fragrances. So this
hmm
one kind of just hits like all the right notes. And I just love how it like sits throughout the day. Like I'll put it in my hair sometimes and like it just like it like really like sits well throughout the day. Like it never just like disappears. And now people know me for that fragrance. Like when I
Oh, that's
see my friends
amazing. Oh, I
or
love
like
it.
I'm just like hanging out with people, they'll just be like, "You're wearing that fragrance, aren't you?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah, well, that was the idea is like we wanted it to really represent a mermaid, the wanderlust, the beach, the ocean. We didn't want to just have something that was kind of like a sweet copper tone, coconutty sun, you know, block. So it's got all of it's a very complex fragrance. And I don't know if you've noticed, but as you do wear it, like after it's on the dried down a little bit, it does shift on your skin with your chemistry. And it does become a little more coconutty, a little bit more woody, but it's not like super sweet and like something people would maybe expect from a Disney fragrance. But yeah, it's really beautiful. This is the full size bottle that we have, and then this is the packaging. Another thing that we do with our packaging is we don't use plastic. We don't use plastic inserts. We don't use cell wrap. We don't use magnets in the caps for the exact same reason that you were talking about your product. And it also comes in a little travel spray if you want to try it.
I love
And
that one. I put that in my
yeah.
purse.
And then we have the scales on the packaging, which is really fun too. And on that note, I'm going to ask you some more, like just kind of get to know Sia Shell's questions, just for fun.
Okay.
But before I wanted to tell everybody about the text and the special. You don't have to, you have until midnight tonight to do this. So you don't have to, I don't want you to leave the conversation. So just take a little note, or we're going to have it in the notes when we post this. So what you have to do for 15% off, you can get Ariel, you can get any of our products, is text as 71801. So 71801 and text Sia Shells. You can do all uppercase, I believe. So it's SIASHELLS, Sia Shells, for 15% off your order. Also, here's the surprise. So, anyone that texts this today, we're going to be giving away 3 of these full size. They're $88, guys. So we're going to be giving away
Oh.
3 of these prizes today for anyone that texts us. So please text. And you know, you're gonna get, if it's not for you, you can gift it for the holidays coming up. It'd make a spectacular gift. So that was our little special prize.
Oh, that's
Um,
awesome.
yeah. So, okay. So now I'm going to get into these really fun questions. We do this each time and we kind of make them special for our specific guest. So, the first question, Hawaii or Bahamas?
Oh my gosh. You know, I've been to the Bahamas and I loved it. Like the water was so clear, the sand was like pure white. It was crazy. So I really loved it there. But Hawaii, I've never been, but I really want to because it just looks like a mermaid's dream. Like it really
It's
does.
it really is. We're on the West Coast, so I've been to Hawaii. I haven't been to the Bahamas, but it is a mermaid. It's a mermaid's paradise for sure.
I
Okay,
think I would
what
choose Hawaii for that reason because I've never been, and I feel like just seeing pictures of all the caves and like the cool like animals there and stuff like that, and just like the stuff you see scuba diving there, like it feels a little more diverse to me than like Bahamas. Bahamas is beautiful, don't get me wrong. I love like the different like ways you can explore Hawaii too. It's not just
Mhm.
like super pristine, clear beaches. It's also like caves and really cool volcanoes and stuff like that. So I think that's really cool.
And you can bring your aerial fragrance too if you go.
Yeah.
It'll fit with you on your in your luggage. Okay, what is your favorite band? Like, what do
My
mermaids
oh
love? Your favorite band?
oh gosh. I have so much favorite music. Like I literally it's like my genres are all over the place. Like I love like every type of music. I think like ultimately it's super random. I don't think it's very mermaidy, but it's
That's
I
okay.
really like Tame Impala. They're like a psychedelic kind of like rock indie group from Australia.
Oh, cool.
And they're just like amazing. Like all of their music is like an experience, which I really, really appreciate as an artist myself. It's like every song kind of takes you through a different journey, which is really cool. Like, but you know, I obviously have some like female singers I look up to, like Gwen Stefani. I love Gwen Stefani.
Oh, cool. Yeah, she's
And
great.
just like, yeah, she's so great. And, you know, like I love like, even Willow Smith. I'm like obsessed with her lately. Like I think she's so talented. So yeah, there's like a lot of artists that are just coming out now that I'm like binging right now.
Yeah, I love that. How many mermaid tails do you own?
Okay,
Can you count?
I think I own like five right now. There's one of them right behind me right now. This is my
Oh, nice.
oldest silicone tail. It was gifted by my dad before he passed away, so it has
Oh,
like a special place in my heart for that reason.
oh,
And then yeah, like I mean my fabric tails are like things you see me wear like all the time because they're just so easy to carry with me like when I travel and stuff like that. But my ultimate favorite is my newer silicone tail, which is from Nation. It has like a holographic kind of like bluish color to it. That's my
ooh,
favorite. I have it right here
ooh.
actually. It's just kind of like it's very heavy, so I don't think it's gonna move, but it's gosh, come on. I call her the beast because she really ooh,
Oh,
she
you
just
name your tails. That's so cool.
I
I
kind of
love
do.
that.
I mean like this one I feel like I had to because it was such an investment,
Oh my gosh, it's so
but
awesome.
it's
Oh
like
my
super
God.
pretty and
Oh, it
like
is so pretty. Oh my
it
gosh.
has like a rainbow holographic gradient
Oh,
to it and it's just like stunning.
yes.
Like they did such a good job with this and like I would highly recommend their company if anyone's looking for silicone mermaid tails. Nation makes amazing ones and they turn it around in like 2 weeks, which was
Oh,
incredible.
wow.
Yeah.
That is amazing. So you kind of answered my question, but I'm going to ask anyway. But
Okay.
if you're stranded on a desert island and had to choose only one mermaid tail, which one would you take?
Oh, I think the silicone one, like the one I just showed you, because
Hmm.
it's custom fit to me, so it just fits like so perfectly. Like
Amazing.
obviously it takes a little while to get inside of it. If people don't know, silicone tails are actually kind of annoying to get into because it's like you have to lube yourself up to go inside of it. It's like this whole
I'll bet.
process.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like a second skin, but then once you have it on, it's like an amazing feeling because it's like literally almost like your skin. So
It's your
it's a really
mermaid
cool
skin.
feeling. Yeah, exactly. And I can swim really well in it. And with the fabric tails, like they're great for like traveling and carrying. But I feel like, I don't know, sometimes they have drag to them. Like when you're swimming, like the bottom part, like the fluke, it gets like really heavy with water sometimes. And
I'll
just
bet.
technical mermaid stuff that
Yeah.
other mermaids understand, but it's just like it's quite
Mermaid issues.
frustrating. Yeah, it's just mermaid problems. Yeah.
Mermaid problems. Okay. Dolphins or sea turtles?
Oh my God, that one's really
I
hard.
know. These are brutal.
That one's really
You
hard.
can choose both. You can choose both.
Oh, I could choose both.
Well, you said, you're saving sea turtles, so there's an affinity towards sea turtles, maybe. But
Yeah,
I'm just like, if you
definitely.
had a favorite.
Definitely, I definitely connect more to sea turtles for that reason, but dolphins are like my aspirational favorite animal.
Mhm.
I would love to like swim along wild dolphins. It's just like it's definitely like a bucket list thing of mine. Actually, there's a company that makes a robotic dolphin, because like a lot of dolphins are held in captivity, and it's trying to fight that by providing like a robotic dolphin that looks like totally
My
realistic.
creative brain just went, "Oh my God, you need one of those."
I do.
For your,
I was like,
right?
I
Like
want to
I
swim
was
with
like,
this.
"Oh, that would be so cool."
Yeah, it's like called their dolphin's called Dell, and it's like the first
Oh,
robotic dolphin.
who
And
doesn't want that?
yeah, it's
Well,
incredible.
oh my gosh. Okay, so some beauty stuff. What is your favorite nail polish color?
I like anything blue. I know that's like super predictable, but like even my nails right now like have like a blue kind of like
So
pattern to
pretty.
them.
Oh my gosh.
But normally like
Amazing.
definitely like blue and sparkly. That's like what I go for.
Same, is that the same with lipstick?
Lipstick? No,
You
lipstick
more
I
like
usually
natural.
I choose something more like this color, like a pinky
Yeah.
kind of natural color. I just feel like it complements. I have blue lipstick though, like at home. I feel like it makes me look like, I don't know, frozen. Because it makes me look like I'm like frozen and I've been in the water for too long.
I do love that you always do your brows to match your hair. Like, I think that's that extra touch that's
Oh,
awesome.
thank you. Yeah.
So, okay, last question. Assuming The Little Mermaid is number one, what is your second favorite movie?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, definitely Little Mermaid is number one. I really like Splash as well. It's another mermaid movie, I know.
Yeah.
But it's just such a classic. Like Daryl Hannah is just such a perfect mermaid. And I really love her in that movie. And just like Tom Hanks is just like such an iconic mermaid movie. But
And you
like
know
I
what?
said,
I think if I'm wrong, maybe people can correct me, but um, the reason why Ariel's hair is red is because Splash came out and Daryl Hannah's hair was blonde, and they didn't want to have that going on at the same time, so they made Ariel's hair red. Which for me,
yes.
as a redhead, I was like, finally, a redhead princess,
Yeah, no,
nice.
that's totally like what the fact is like
Hmm.
it came out very close, like close timing, and they had to make a decision and choose red. And I'm glad they chose red because I feel like Ariel is such a, like you said, it's such a representation of people with red hair, like natural red hair, like and like I know like even one of my mermaid friends, Mermaid Ginger, like her hair is red, and like she looked up to Ariel for that reason. And I think a lot of redheads do, and I think that's super cool. Like representation is super important, which is why I'm really happy that they chose like a black mermaid for the live
Hmm.
action. Like I'm super into that. Like I
Oh,
think that's going to
she's
be
so
great.
pretty. Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
she's
she's
so
stunning,
beautiful.
and I love her
She's so,
music, so I'm like
yeah.
very excited.
I'm a big fan too. Okay, so guys, text 71801 for Seychelles to enter the giveaway for one of these beauties. $88. Woo, three of them. So please. And then we have a couple of minutes is if we can take a couple questions. If you guys have some questions, I know Hannah's gonna maybe read me a couple questions for Sia.
How about
Yes, ask me things.
beach or ocean?
Oh, yeah. Okay. So she's saying, what is your favorite beach, all-time beach or ocean?
Oh, my favorite place, like my favorite
Mm-hmm.
beach.
Yes.
Oh gosh. When I went to Thailand, they had like this stunning beach in Phuket, which was like, gosh, now I'm like totally not remembering the name though.
Phuket. Yeah, I remember. Oh, you don't remember the name of the beach, but it's
I don't
beautiful
remember the
there.
name, but
Oh,
it was close to where I was staying. It was like in Phuket. Gosh, I can't remember. But there is a beach here that's local, and it's called Sandbanks. It's in Ontario, where I live, and it's stunning. Like the beach looks like it's out of a tropical island, even though it's like in Canada.
oh wow. Is that where you
Um,
shoot a lot of your images?
Yeah, actually, I shot a lot of content there, but I actually just went to California. I just came back from California. I was there for a month.
I know we
Um,
missed you. Darn
I know.
it.
So there's a lot of imagery that will showcase the beauty of California for sure. Like Malibu was
Awesome.
beautiful, so but yeah, those beaches were stunning.
Oh, amazing. All right, guys. So we're running out of time. And so I just want to say thank you so much for watching the Goddess Gang Live. Thank you, Sia Shells, so much. Follow Sia Shells at Sia Shells. Follow her on Instagram, on TikTok. It's the same name, right? At Sia
Yes,
Shells.
yeah,
Yeah.
same name.
I mean, you guys, she's so entertaining, so fun,
Oh,
like
thank you.
funny. I think you're funny too. Like you crack me up. It's like you're such a badass when people give you a hard time. I just love it. Like I love your reactions. Like I could watch you for hours. Um, Text the 718. I think it's in the messages, but 71801 Sia Shells spelled out all together. For the discount offer and also for the giveaway. And then also I wanted to let everyone know, come back tomorrow at 10 a.m. We're doing another one of these with Itzel Lovato, and we're actually going to be announcing the new Disney fragrance tomorrow
Oh,
morning.
wow. That's
Whoa! Yeah, so be back here at 10 a.m. But thank you so
exciting.
much, Sia. You're just amazing, and we love you, and we're such big fans. So thank you so
Oh
much
my gosh,
for.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for having
Okay.
me.
Thank you. Bye,
Bye,
everyone.
guys.
Bye, Sia. Sia Shells.